Hi.
Hi. Hi.
So we've had a chance to have a little look around now, haven't
Yes,
we?
yes.
I'm absolutely blown away by how everything looks and the changes.
Yeah.
You've had quite a lot on, haven't you, recently?
Yeah, well, we closed on the 7th of November and last year, and we spent 5 months renovating. Couldn't do it without my team, and everybody has embraced their new roles of building, digging trenches, all sorts of things, moving gravel, all of that. So it's been very much a team effort.
Yeah, so everyone's chipped in.
Yes, yeah, very much so.
What about yourself? You get your hands dirty?
A little bit, but I was more sort of having to project manage 11 projects in 5 months, and that excludes the Orangery.
Yeah.
So there was lots of lists, just trying to get things done and timetable stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, the project, I haven't project managed so many projects in one go, but the results are amazing.
Yeah, they speak for themselves on that. I mean, we're sat in the Orangery now, and I can't believe how more open and how much space it is. So it looks like you've almost doubled the space in here.
Yeah, we have, and I think also the one thing that I didn't quite realise is because we've got so many windows, it just feels so lovely and light. It's really, really good.
It's absolutely beautiful, and I think now it was quite cramped before, wasn't it?
A little bit cosy, yes.
Yeah, it was a bit cosy. I was on my knees trying to get photos and things, but now the space is incredible, and the amount of guests. So how many people can you get in here now?
So basically, using all these tables that we've got, we can have 110, and you can see the space in between.
There's tons of space,
the tables, so we're really happy with that. Again, if you've got your numbers are less than 110, we can reduce the tables down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
But I don't think that the room, if you did take some tables out and you just condensed the area, it wouldn't feel like it was a big open space either, would it? Yeah. No. So I think you've got the balance perfect with
Thank you.
And I love these the lighting fixtures.
Yes.
Can you tell me about them?
Well, I sort of ummed and ahed a lot about lighting fixtures. Originally, I'd wanted round chandeliers, but a friend of mine said, "Oh, you need to go rectangular because of to mimic
the way the skylights are.
The atrium." So that's what I did, and managed to find these, and absolutely love them.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I like the tone of them as well. They're not like orange, where sometimes they're really like orange glow, and they're a bit more of a whiter light.
Yes.
Yeah, like a daylight sort of temperature.
Yes. Our electricians were fabulous, sort of sorting out all the lighting.
This room has been dressed lovely. Do you want to maybe mention something about who's helped you dress it?
So Margaret and Deborah from Willow and Vine, absolutely fantastic people, and their imagination, their hard work, unbelievable. So originally this room was dressed with black and white, and they didn't actually leave until 2 in the morning.
Really?
That is dedication.
Yeah, that is dedication.
And obviously we've turned it around last night for rustics and woodland, and I just love the vibrancy and the detail, the pops of colour, the orange, the orange and blue work really well. So they're on our sort of preferred supplier list, and I would highly recommend them.
Definitely. Yeah. I think this whole venue can work in any season, really, isn't it? It's quite versatile.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's not just a summer venue. When you look around, everything's white and it's beautiful sunny day like it is now. But even on more autumnal days.
That's it. Autumnal winter days. Sort of we did a sort of shoot yesterday where it was all candlelit.
Yeah. And we've got lots of fireplaces.
Exactly.
And
we've got the fire, so for winter weddings it's ideal as well. Yeah. And again, as I say, there's lots of space inside.
It's beautiful. And then we're looking out now into some fabulous views over there.
Yeah. Looking at, so we own 100 acres, and we're looking towards the lovely little 18th century bridge at Otterburn, and towards, the Reed Valley and the Coquet Valley behind. So when you approach Woodhill, you come up a 1/4 mile drive, as you know, Con.
Yeah.
And that is just magical, and then you're in your own sort of world.
That driving never gets old.
Yeah, but when we bought the place, so my husband and I bought the place as our own home, and I fell in love with Woodhill, sort of halfway up the drive as a home, and still in love with the place.
So how long have you been here?
So we've been here since 1998, and when we bought it, the previous owner was a colonel. He lived here for 50 years, and prior to that, there was probably another 2 or 3 families. So they've kept it generationally. So we feel quite privileged to live here, and we just love it.
So what made you decide to do the weddings?
Well, it's sort of, I suppose it's a bit out of adversity. So my husband was ill in 2000, and we started off renting as a holiday let. And then in 2005, a couple said, could we have our wedding reception here and just hire it as a dry hire? And so we did that, and I thought to myself, oh, this is quite a good idea. And then my husband got better, and then in 2008 we built our first Orangery, and 2009 in January we had our first wedding. It was very much a DIY. The groom and his mother actually cooked the food.
Really?
Yeah. So yes. So it was, and I give them a little hand. But yes, it was very different concepts.
Yeah, to what it is today.
To now, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
The olive houses are just over here to our left.
Yes.
That's been a recent change as well. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, so this was done during COVID, and we wanted a separate space where we're not having to turn round rooms, and so the olive house, we built that, and it's been a hit. It's a lovely, lovely light-filled space. The reason we decided the olive house was so the goddess Athena brought olives to Athens, and my mother's name was Athena, so that's what we did.
Yeah. Oh, nice, a little bit of mythology and some Greek heritage in there as well.
Exactly.
I love that. Yeah. But I can remember my first wedding here was a long time ago, and the ceremony was actually in the Orangery, how it used to be.
Yeah. We did get a dab hand at sort of changing in an hour and a half during the drinks reception.
Yeah.
This
I can remember, the rush to change everything around. Yeah. But now you don't have to do that. That's right.
No, it's amazing. So literally, sort of the couple's journey and the guests. You've got the olive house, you've got here, and then you've got the teepees for partying, and there's lots of surprises during the day for the guests as well who come. So again, weather's nice, elephant courtyard, and as I say, it started off quite miserable this morning, but the sun is coming out, and you can see how bright, isn't it?
It's really brightening up in here, and it looks gorgeous outside.
We're definitely a bright venue. We don't really do dark.
No dark.
And that's what we like.
Really nice, clean, natural.
Exactly.
So that's really good, isn't it? As well, like that you don't have to. Because with a lot of venues, most of the things will happen in the one area. But now, obviously, here, you'll have your ceremony over there, and then you'll come over to the Orangery for your meal. You've got the courtyard over here for your drinks reception, and then you've got the teepee on the night as well.
And then you've also got the rooms in the house, the library, the hallway, the sort of chill out area, sort of just next to the bar. So you've got a lot of spaces for the couples and the guests to be in and enjoy. But also the beauty is, it is a bit of a transition between the different areas. So come the evening, you don't need to fear that you've lost half your guests in the house because the bar closes here. And
so there's like a natural flow to move everyone through.
Very much so.
So it's not it's obviously such a large, you said 100 acres, but it doesn't feel like people are spread out.
No.
Each part of the day is nestled in this little area, isn't it? Yeah, it's beautiful.
That's definitely.
Can you tell me a little bit about the wedding days and how it works? You mentioned earlier how it's not just a one-day wedding.
We're a 2-night, 3-day wedding venue, fully exclusive. Couple arrive the night before, sort of we'll have a chat with the wedding coordinator, and then we'll leave them to have their own pre-wedding party. They can bring their own alcohol in the night before. We can either provide catering for them, or they can do it themselves. We've got barbecues, and we've got a really cool breeze house.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, that's another new tradition as well.
Yes, it is. And then obviously on the day of the wedding coordinator will come in and our team, and it just runs very smoothly, everything on time, and because the planning process and the experience we have, it's so, we guide the couples, in the meetings as to timings and things like that. So, if they want, a magician, say, to come, sort of after they've had some meetings with us, well, actually, that's a good time.
Yeah.
And then sort of, we'll ensure that, we introduce the couple to the registrars and make sure that the guests move over at the right time to the Olive House. We'll be there outside the Olive House with a drink for the couple, whilst the photographer's doing the confetti shot, and then move on to the Elephant Courtyard for drinks reception, and then sort of again, serving canapes. We do that during the drinks reception. And then we give the couple sort of 5 minutes in the library whilst we're getting the guests into the Orangery.
And that's where we are right now.
Yeah. And it just means that, again, we try and encourage couples to grab 5 minutes here and there during the day, and just to sort of connect, because often they're chatting to all different
Absolutely.
people.
I remember on my own wedding day, I hardly seen Rebecca for most of it, because there's just so many people there, and you wanted to chat to everyone wants to see you. So the first time really we got a chance to talk was that 5 minutes at the end.
So I think it's really important that, again, it's sort of after the wedding breakfast, we serve teas and coffees in a little chill out area in the house, and the bar's going to be open throughout the day. Then we'll arrange for everyone to come over to the teepees and announce the couple in. The beauty is, because we've got those 3 spaces, sort of the band or the DJ can set up at any time and be ready to go.
Ready to go straight away.
We've got a fabulous secret bar, which I'll show you later, and again, the teepees are absolutely amazing. So whilst we were closed, we got new teepees, got a very sturdy floor, did a lot of digging and drainage things. And
a lot of the work is unseen. People wouldn't know how much work goes into doing that, the groundworks and things like that.
Seriously, the groundworks for the teepee, took us probably about 4 weeks with lots of people digging. I managed to learn how to do a drainage, so that the ink dye actually went to the right place. And we sought advice from people, but I did my first ever drainage plan.
Well done.
And then we sort of covered it all up as a piece that nobody sees.
All of that, and then nobody sees it.
There's a lot of hard work going into that.
I can imagine.
The teepees are a really, sort of fun place. Got a bit of a club vibe going on.
Yeah, definitely.
And sort of chill out area. Definitely. I don't think I've seen any teepee like this. Definitely in the north of England, at least, because it's something different.
How would you describe the overall vibe of Woodhill?
Chilled, laid back, personalised. Professional, so we can work to couples, sort of ideas, and we encourage, them to personalise their wedding. So, for example, I had a couple who were into racing, and so I suggested, why do you not have your guest book as a helmet and everyone signs it? So things like that. And because we have our own catering team, our own chefs, sort of, again, we can adapt our menus. So I say to couples, as long as it's not caviar, it'll be the same price. So if there's something that you would really like for your wedding breakfast that's not on the menu, then let us know and we can do that for you. And I think that's because we're a family team, and I've got a good team behind me. Things like that are not a big issue. So yes, we can have 110 guests for the wedding, and up to 150 in the evening.
Fab. So you can have an extra 40 guests come for the party in the teepee.
Our weddings range from 30 up to 110,
Yeah.
110.
Yeah, so you don't need to
during the
have
day.
110 guests.
No,
You go anywhere
exactly.
from 30 guests
Yes,
to 110
yes,
plus an additional 40 on the night if you need to.
Yes, that's
And
right.
then do you cater for guests on the evening as
Yes,
well?
yes, you would do. So what's quite popular is pizzas, so they get their own pizza box with whole pizza.
Yeah.
And again, it's, you know, they may not want it when we've served it, you know, at 9 o'clock, but they may be hungry a little bit later, so they just take their pizza box to the room with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can wake up with a pizza.
So we'll offer that sort of flexibility.
Yeah. Hang on. So we had a little look around the bedrooms earlier, which are amazing.
Yeah,
can you tell me, I know you obviously planned that, right?
Yes.
So can you tell me a bit about like your thought process behind it and just a little bit about the decor and the themes and things?
So the thought process, it varies. It may, you know, my design process may start with a particular item that I've got. Often I buy things when I'm travelling and then maybe build a room around it. Again, the wallpapers are really significant when I'm trying to design a room as well. Theme-wise, all of the rooms are named after either people or, dare I say, pets that I've had. And people that have lived here, like we've got the Colonel's room, so Colonel Carr, who lived here, Abel Chapman's room, the ornithologist, Victorian ornithologist. We've got Tom's room after my dad, you know, Holly's room was after a dog, so it just varies, but it's all very personal.
Yeah, it's very much your family feeling when you come here. It feels quite homely and nice.
Exactly,
you know?
very much.
Fab. So you talk about the wallpapers. Do you have the wallpaper in mind and then design the room around that, or is it different?
Again, Pinterest is dangerous. That's all I can say. Pinterest is dangerous. And as I mentioned previously, we've got Sam in Bali. So if I send her an obscure image, then sort of half an hour later, she's like, "Is this it?" And then we get the wallpaper done. So again, it just varies. You know, my inspiration, you know, I'm not a professional interior designer, but I do love colour and
I get that.
And personalising a room.
Yeah.
You know, we're definitely not the Premier Inn.
Yeah, certainly not.
And I think also the other thing is when, you know, you find that in some venues they'll do rooms 1 to 7 in a particular style, then they repeat it for the, you know, whereas all of our rooms are absolutely truly unique. Not one room is the same.
No, it's not. Do you have a favourite?
Favourite? Oh, that is difficult. I think what sort of my favourite will be the woodland nest that I've just created. And the Aegean I like. I'm sort of toying between those two, but it really is, you know, difficult.
It's difficult, And the woodland nest, that's what used to be your cottage where you lived, right?
That was my old bedroom. The thing was, when I had it as my bedroom, I had bifold doors, so you didn't get that vast of landscape, panoramic landscape as you now do, because I've got sliding doors.
So you've improved it for people and then moved out.
Yes, exactly. So that was quite interesting when those sliding doors were put in, and you just saw more of the woodland and I love the walkway, and you're going through this sort of Mediterranean blue door.
Yeah.
You know, again, we could have just built a fence, you know, or something.
Absolutely,
We've you know, built like a folly to walk through.
Just when you walk around this place, you can feel how much thought and effort has gone into it. Yeah, the detail is incredible in there.
I think attention to detail is really, really important when you're designing anything, and also when you're creating and helping people with their wedding plans. It's so important.
Absolutely.
You know.
It's the same with photography as well. Like on the wedding day, you're always looking for things in the background that might be quite distracting and stuff like that. But even with the groom, if he's got like his phone in his front pocket and it's so distracting, and little details like that, which a lot of people wouldn't necessarily recognize or think about. I'm like so tuned into that it just becomes a bit second nature, really. I noticed when we were walking around, you were like, "Well, that shouldn't be there, or this needs to be that," or polishing the taps and things.
I've got a little list of things, you know. As I say, our first wedding is shortly, so we've got little bits that we've got to just sort out. Yes.
So you got a wedding coming up this weekend, excited for that?
Yes, very excited. I'm running that wedding.
Yeah.
Chloe and Scott, I'll give a shout out to them. So I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, and the team are as well.
So, what would you say is your favourite part of Woodhill?
This room. This room and the drive.
Yeah, the drive-in.
Yes. I always know that when I sort of come through the gates, that I'm home.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky enough to share my home with lots of people who are celebrating the most important day of their life, basically, and that's a privilege.
Yeah, it
and
is.
my team think that as well.
Everyone's on the same page here, aren't they?
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if it's a gardener or the chefs. Everybody's working towards making it.
Everyone's invested in the business, and I don't mean monetary. I mean, sort of passion and enthusiasm, and that's something that you can't buy with a team. And I feel very privileged to have that.
That's lovely. Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time to sit down and have a chat with me and show me around. I'm absolutely blown away, and I'm excited for the weddings I've got coming up here and getting back involved.
Yeah, well, we look forward to seeing you, Carmen.
Thank you very much.
Take
Lovely.
care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks very much. That was great. So